Om Shanti. This is the Saakar Murli of the 19th of May 2021. Essence. Sweet children, you have come to the Father to make your fortune elevated. To the extent that you follow Srimat, you will accordingly make your fortune elevated. Question. What habit of the path of devotion should you children no longer have? Answer. On the path of devotion, when they experience a little sorrow or fall ill, they say, O Rama, O God. On the path of devotion, there is the habit of crying out in sorrow. You must no longer allow such words to emerge from your mouth. You should internally remember sweet Baba with a lot of love. Song. I have come with my fortune awakened. Om Shanti. Every human being makes effort to create a fortune of happiness or peace. Sages, holy men and sannyasis say, we want peace. Remove our sorrow and grant us happiness. They believe that only God is the remover of sorrow and the bestower for happiness for human beings. But human beings don't know God. You say, Shiv Baba. Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar cannot be called Baba, they are deities. Only God is called Baba. He is incorporeal and he is worshipped. You know that Shiv Baba is the Baba of everyone. However, they don't understand why they call him Baba. There is a worldly father too. And so, which father is this? Souls say, that one is the incorporeal father. He is incorporeal and we souls are also incorporeal. Even though people have worldly fathers, souls don't forget that father. God is the Father and we are his children. Here he is called the Supreme Father. In English it is said, God the Father, the Supreme Soul, the highest on high. A worldly father is a creator of bodies, whereas that one is the Father from beyond this world. Only the Father sits here and explains to you children. You remember the Father because you receive the inheritance from him. You have come to the Father to claim your inheritance. Only the Father, the remover of sorrow and the bestower of happiness, comes to show you the path to happiness. There will be no name or trace of sorrow there. Here there is a lot of sorrow. Everyone calls out. There is now a lot of sorrow to come in the world. When someone dies, people become so unhappy. They say, "Oh God," and cry. He alone is the benefactor Father. You sing this, and so he must definitely have removed your sorrow and given you happiness. The Father comes and explains, "Children, every cycle, when you become very unhappy and impure, it is then that you call out, 'O Baba, come.' I come cycle after cycle at the confluence age. The end of the impure world and the beginning of the pure world is called the confluence age. This is the only confluence age that is remembered. The Father comes to ignite everyone's light, to remove their sorrow and give them happiness. You know you have come to the Father from beyond, the one who has entered this one. He himself says, I enter this one and name him Brahma. All of you are Brahma Kumars and Kumaris. You have the faith that you have become the children of Brahma in order to claim your inheritance of happiness from the Father. You children had happiness when it was the kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan. Now it is the Iron Age, the land of sorrow. After this there will be the Golden Age. The history and geography of the world have to repeat. There has to be the kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan in the Golden Age. This cycle continues to turn. Baba has told you that you became residents of hell, and you now have to become residents of heaven. The tree of you deities was very small at first. You now remember that you have taken 84 births. You were the masters of the whole world, and you then continued to take rebirth. It is now the end of your 84th birth. The world will definitely become new from old. The new world was pure, and it is now the old impure world. People are so unhappy and poverty-stricken. Bharat was very wealthy. There used to be the pure household religion. When it was the pure family path, everyone was completely viceless, 16 celestial degrees full. These things are not mentioned in the scriptures. The scriptures are for the path of devotion. They only have the customs and systems of devotion in them. The path to find God cannot be found in the scriptures. They do realize that God has to come here, so there is no question of trying to go there. To hold sacrificial fires and to perform tapasya, etc., is not the way to find him. People call out to God, "Come and show us the path. My soul has become Tamopradhan and cannot fly." That is, he cannot go to the Father. In fact, a soul sheds his body and takes another. He can go anywhere from here. A soul can even go to America. If a soul has a relationship with someone else, he can go straight there in a second. But it is impossible for a soul to fly back home. Impure souls cannot go there, and this is why souls call out, "O purifier, come." The Father explains when he comes, "I only come when the whole world has become impure." There cannot be a single pure being in the impure world. People believe that the Ganges is the purifier, and this is why they go to bathe in it. However, no one can be purified with water. The old world is impure, and the new world is pure. You have now come to the unlimited Father to claim your inheritance. You have to become charitable souls. You souls were Satopradhan and are now Tamopradhan. You cannot become Satopradhan by bathing in the Ganges. It is only the Father's task to purify the impure. There are rivers of water everywhere. Rain comes from the clouds, and everyone experiences it. If rivers of water could purify, they would purify everyone. Only the Father comes and shows you through this one the way to become pure. This one's soul is his own. The Father says, I don't have a body of my own. I enter this one every cycle in order to explain to you. You don't know your own births. They say that the duration of a cycle is hundreds of thousands of years. The Father says, this cycle is of 84 births. No one can take 8.4 million births in 5,000 years. The Father explains, you were 16 celestial degrees full in the Golden Age, then 2 degrees less, then the degrees gradually continue to decrease. The new world becomes old. The copper and iron ages are called the impure world. These things are not mentioned in the scriptures. Only I am called the ocean of knowledge. Do I study any scriptures? I know the beginning, middle, and end of this world. Those on the path of devotion cannot have this knowledge. All of that is the knowledge of the path of devotion. People sing, we are degraded sinners. We have no virtues. Have mercy on us. It is because there was mercy for them, brackets L and N, that they changed from humans into deities. This is called the highest on high fortune. People go to school to make their fortune. Someone becomes a judge and someone else becomes an engineer. That fortune is vicious, whereas your fortune is being made by God. This is why you call out to the remover of sorrow and the bestower of happiness to come. No one but the Father can teach you and make you into deities. The Father sits here and speaks to souls. The soul says, this is my body. The body does not say, this is my soul. The soul is in the body. He says, this is my body. People say, don't make my soul suffer. If a soul were not in that body, he could not speak. The soul says, I shed my body and take another. I have definitely experienced 84 births and have become a resident of hell. You are now once again making effort to become residents of heaven. Only the Father makes you into residents of heaven. The Golden Age is called heaven. When they say that so-and-so became a resident of heaven, they are telling lies. This is hell. When someone dies, people say that he has gone to heaven. So why do they invite him back to hell to eat the food of the Iron Age? He would receive many comfortable facilities in heaven, so why do you invite him back to hell? People don't have even this much understanding. The Father sits here and explains, this Iron Age is now to be destroyed. It is to be set on fire. Everything is to be destroyed. You children who are claiming your inheritance from the Father will go and rule in the Golden Age. Who gave this inheritance to Lakshmi and Narayan? the Father. You are now being made worthy by the Father. You say that you are changing from residents of hell and becoming residents of heaven. The Father says, I don't become a resident of heaven. I only reside in the supreme region. You become residents of hell and residents of heaven. The residential home of souls is in the land of peace. From there you go to the land of happiness. This is the land of sorrow which is now to be destroyed. No one knows that God enters the body of Brahma and teaches Raja Yoga. They think that Krishna himself came. They do not even say that God came in the body of Krishna. Krishna cannot be God. He is the master of the world. The liberator of all is one. He is the supreme soul. There is no other spiritual gathering in the world where they understand that they are claiming their inheritance from the Father. Only the one Father makes you pure from impure. The Father says, I am your true Guru and I purify you. The water of the Ganges cannot purify you. This is the world of sinful souls. No matter what people do, they have to come down the ladder. They have to become Tamo Pradhan from Sato Pradhan. You no longer perform devotion. You do not even say, O Rama. He is your father and is teaching you. You should not even say, O God, come, O Rama. However, many have this habit, and so these words emerge. The Father says to you, remember me and your sins will be absolved, and you will come to me. You have to remember the one alone. The Father says, this is your last birth. Only at this time do you have a chance to claim whatever inheritance you want. You will not be able to claim it again. The Father has explained, those who call themselves Hindus originally belonged to the deity religion. Those who belong to the Christian religion never change the name of their religion. Even though they are Tamo Pradhan, they are still in the Christian religion. You are deities, but because you are impure, you call yourselves Hindus. You cannot call yourselves deities. You have forgotten that you were originally deities. None of you call yourselves deities because you have become vicious. This is body consciousness. Everything is explained to you children very clearly. There are no sages or holy men here. To say, I am a businessman, or I am so-and-so, is body consciousness. You now have to become soul conscious. It requires effort to become soul conscious. You have to claim your inheritance from Baba. Therefore, remember the Father. Let your hands do the work while your heart is with the Father. You are the lovers of the one beloved. That one beloved is the bestower of salvation for all. He comes when everyone is to receive salvation and heaven is to be established. All name and trace of sorrow will disappear. You children have come here to claim your inheritance of constant happiness of heaven for 21 births from the unlimited Father. No human being can make anyone into a master of heaven. Shiv Baba comes in Bharat and makes it into heaven. People celebrate the birthday of Shiva, but they have forgotten that they receive their inheritance of heaven from him. Acha. To the sweetest beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father, Bapdada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children say Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for Dana. 1. Make your fortune elevated on the basis of this study. You have to become deities from human beings. You have to become pure and return home, and then go to the new world. 2. Whilst working with your hands, stay in remembrance of the One Father. Neither listen to nor say wrong things. Blessing. May you be a victorious jewel who constantly experiences being personally in front of the Beloved by connecting the love of your intellect to him. A loving intellect means the love of the intellect is connected to the One Beloved. Those who have love for the One cannot link their love to any other person or possession. They would constantly experience Bapdada to be personally in front of them. They cannot even have waste or sinful thoughts against Srimat in their minds. The words, I eat with you, I sit with you, I fulfill all relationships with you, would always emerge from their lips and in their hearts. Only those who constantly have loving intellects can become victorious jewels. Slogan. To have thoughts of I want this, I want that means asking for something in a royal way. Om Shanti.